When you're standing in a workshop, a garage, or a small manufacturing floor, the thought of buying a platform scale can feel like stepping into a minefield. You worry about whether the unit will actually survive the daily grind, if the readout will stay accurate after a few months, and whether you'll end up paying a premium for a feature you never use. I'm going to walk through the real-world considerations that matter, so you can decide if this Atom Equipment 10,000 pounds platform scale is worth the space in your shop. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, let's talk about the kind of work that drives people to look for a scale of this size. Most owners are either hauling big pallets of raw material, weighing large equipment before a move, or need a reliable way to log the weight of bulk inventory like feed, sand, or metal parts. Those tasks all share a common thread. You need a platform that won't buckle under a load, and you need a readout that you can trust without having to double-check with a separate handheld scale every time. The Atom PT 31510 delivers a 10,000-pound capacity on a 59 by 59-inch steel base. The biggest practical benefit of that footprint is stability. In my experience, when you place a loaded pallet near the edge of a smaller platform, you'll see a wobble that can skew the reading or even tip the scale. This model's larger surface area distributes weight more evenly, which means you can load a full-size pallet without worrying about the load shifting off the platform. For a shop that frequently moves pallets of raw lumber or concrete bags, that extra surface area is a genuine time saver. Durability is another point that often gets glossed over in product listings, but it shows up in day-to-day use. The base is a solid steel slab with a diamond plate surface. That texture isn't just for looks. It provides traction for wheels or forks and resists dents when you drop a heavy crate onto it. I've seen cheaper scales where a stray hammer blow leaves a permanent dent that later throws off the calibration. The diamond plate on this Atom unit holds up to those accidental impacts, which translates to a longer life without having to send the scale back for service. Now, the indicator part of the name can be a source of confusion. Atom offers a range of indicators that can be paired with the platform, meaning you can choose a basic numeric display or a more sophisticated unit with Bluetooth connectivity and data logging. The base platform itself comes without a built-in display, so you'll need to buy the indicator separately if you don't already have one. That flexibility is useful if you already have an Atom indicator from a previous scale, but it does add an extra step in the buying process. If you're looking for a plug-and-play solution, you'll have to make sure you pick the matching indicator at checkout. Loading and unloading are where the optional ramps come into play. The ramps are not mandatory, but they make a noticeable difference if you regularly bring in heavy machinery on wheels. Without them, you'd have to lift the load onto the platform, which defeats the purpose of a scale that's meant to simplify that very process. The ramps attach securely and have a non-slip surface, so you can roll a forklift-loaded pallet onto the platform without the wheels slipping off. For anyone who's ever tried to coax a loaded pallet onto a flat steel slab, those ramps feel like a small but essential piece of the puzzle. Let's consider the practical downsides. The biggest one is size. A 59-inch square platform is great for large pallets, but it can dominate a small workshop floor. If your space is limited, you'll need to allocate a permanent spot for the scale, which might mean sacrificing room for other equipment. Also, because the indicator isn't included, you have to make sure the model you pick matches the platform's wiring and mounting points. Mismatching the indicator could lead to a frustrating return or a delayed setup. Another subtle weakness is the power requirement. The indicator runs off standard AC power, which means you need a nearby outlet or an extension cord that can handle the load. In environments where power is scarce or you need a truly mobile solution, this could be a limiting factor. Some competitors offer battery-operated displays, but they typically sacrifice data logging capabilities. If you need a portable scale that you can wheel around a job site, you may find the need for a permanent power source a bit restrictive. You should definitely consider this scale. Small to medium manufacturers that regularly handle bulk raw materials, auto shops that need to weigh engines or large parts, and agricultural operations that track feed or grain loads will find the capacity and surface area spot on. The ability to add ramps means you can integrate it into a workflow where forklifts or pallet jacks are already in use, turning what could be a manual weighing chore into a simple driven read-off process. On the flip side, hobbyists who only need to weigh occasional